Let's see, get this going. Let's get started on our backs today in a Shavasana. Just take up some space, kind of allow for the legs to kind of be nice and wide, maybe right off of the mat, and let the arms come out. You can even bend the elbows to make a little bit more space under the armpits and let the palms rest on the belly or the rib cage here. And then just take a moment to sort of wiggle yourself a little bit deeper into the earth, maybe pressing into the upper back to lift the hips up for a moment, into the shoulders, into the heels. Just give yourself a good wiggle. And just beginning to settle in and find a little bit of stillness. Notice as the body and the mind begin to arrive in space together. And remind ourselves that oftentimes our minds do take a little bit longer to arrive. And especially in this time that we all find ourselves in, the mind is quite wild. And that is okay. Yeah, that is the nature of the mind. It's not something that we need to fight against. It is just the way the mind likes to be. And through our practice of yoga, we begin to find this space a little bit deeper within ourselves. We allow the mind to sort of take the back seat. We take a deeper seat within. And from here, we can begin to see things a little bit differently. Through all of the wildness of today, can begin to see the steps that I hope to take as I move forward. Maybe just within the next 5 minutes, maybe within the next 2 days, the next year, the next 5 years. There's no need to force anything. We can just begin to allow these spaces to open up to us. What is it that I seek? And how can I allow this practice of yoga, this practice of self-study to bring me closer to this deeper seat where I can see clearly and I can move forward with intention. Reminding myself that I am strong and that I can move. It is always possible. And with the breath, we are already moving, which is quite nice. Thank you, breath, for helping me move. We'll offer our guru mantra. If you know it, you're welcome to join along. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Each and every teacher, each and every moment that has guided me into this space, into this moment in time. And begin to deepen the breath, beginning to enliven the tissues of the body at rest. As you inhale, filling the body, feeling the body expand against the earth below you, opening up the ribs towards the sky. We'll take a deep breath in together, feeling the low belly. The mid belly opens, upper chest opens, crown of the head reaches to the top of the mat. And exhaling, letting everything go, the bones fall to the earth. Deep inhale, filling the base of the pelvis. The low belly, mid belly, back of the heart presses into the earth. Heart opens, crown of the head pours out. And exhale, letting it go. Deepest breath in. Let it go with a sigh. One more like that. Deep, deep breath. Biggest breath of the day. Letting it go. This time as you inhale, gently drawing that right knee towards the chest. You can keep the eyes closed during this time if that feels okay for you. Holding on to the knee, the right knee with laced fingers. Just beginning to draw some little half circles here. With the right knee, pulling the right knee in, finding a little bit of compression in that inner hip crease. Continuing that deep breath. Deepest breath. Deepest exhale, softening, finding stillness as you're ready. Deep inhale here. Deep exhale, pulling that knee a little bit closer, allowing the back of the pelvis to root into the earth, really opening up the base of the hamstring. Deep inhale here. Deep exhale. Deep inhale. And exhaling, switching the grip so that the palms find the back of the hamstring, flexing that right foot and begin to reach that right heel up towards the sky. Can allow for the arms to extend so that the knee can find straight. And then go ahead and reach down with that right half of the pelvis to allow for a square hip. Taking a deep breath in, reaching through the heel. Exhale, maybe the elbows soften, bringing the thigh closer to the torso. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath here. And as you exhale, bending that right knee back into the chest, placing the left palm on the outside of the knee, extending the right arm out to the side, and gently pulling that right knee across the body, letting the pelvis stay nice and heavy for as long as you can. And then eventually finding an early twist. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, letting the spine be soft. Maybe reaching the right fingertips up and away. A sort of yummy morning stretch time. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. One more breath here. And as you exhale, letting the pelvis pull back down to the earth, keeping that knee nice and tight into the body. Eventually pulling that knee back into the chest. This time you'll reach for the outside of the right foot with the right palm and letting the right knee come into the right elbow, finding a half happy baby. So you could begin to press that right foot up towards the sky and then allowing that right knee to drop towards the right side of the body. And just finding this sort of nice openness here. You can begin to reach through the left heel that reaches away from the body. You might even notice an opening in the front of the left hip. Seeing if you can press the back of the pelvis into the earth, really opening up the right hip as well. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deepest breath. Finding movement if you need. Exhale, letting it go. One more breath here. And exhaling fully. This time as you inhale, seeing if you can begin to extend that right heel out towards the side, finding this nice open hip. Just for a moment, really allowing the base of the pelvis to open and spread. Left heel presses down. Take one more deep breath in. You're super open, nice and early. And as you exhale, bringing that left or right leg back towards center, sort of guiding yourself back in here, allowing the leg to be right above the body, and then just giving it a good shake. Yeah, we'll take about 15 seconds here. Nice early shake, seeing if you can really allow the flesh of that right leg to just soften and let go. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. One more breath. And letting it go, letting that movement slow down, dropping the heel towards the glute, and then gently placing that right foot onto the earth. Just noticing how that feels for a moment. Eventually sliding that right leg out to meet the left, kind of adjusting your body as you need, and then drawing the left knee in toward the chest. Finding some little half circles here. As you begin to warm up that inner hip crease of the left leg this time. Sort of exploring, what am I experiencing today in this moment? And how can I even begin to envision where I may be? What might I wish for my future? Finding stillness somewhere in the middle here, taking a nice deep breath in. And exhale to pull that knee a little closer, softening the back of the hamstring, rooting into the back of the pelvis. Deep breath in. Deep breath out, pulling that knee a little bit closer. One more breath here. And exhale, letting it go. Switching the grip to the back of the hamstring this time, flexing that left foot and beginning to press that left heel up towards the sky. You can let the elbows extend to find a nice long left leg. Just taking a few breaths here, inhaling, really flexing and pressing that left heel high. Exhale, letting the base of the pelvis square off, so almost reaching down with that left pelvic half. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath here. And letting it go. Drawing that left knee back into the chest, bending that left knee in. Right palm comes to the outside of the left knee and beginning to pull the knee over to the right. Really gently, keeping that hip nice and heavy. So you're really feeling the expansion of this left glute as you eventually find a twist. Left arm extends out to the side. Taking 3 breaths here, inhaling to expand and open the body. And exhaling to soften. Maybe reaching the left fingertips out and up. Exhaling, letting the bones fall. One more breath here. And exhaling fully, slowly bringing that left pelvic half back down to the earth. Pulling the left knee back into the chest. Eventually finding the outer edge of the left foot with the left palm. And letting this left knee come out to the side, finding that half happy baby. Really reaching through the bottom of that right foot to begin to open up the front of the right hip. And then rooting down through the back of the pelvis to get a little deeper into that left hip as well. We'll take 3 breaths, finding any movement you need. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Deep inhale. And exhaling, letting it go. One more breath here. Let it go. Reaching that heel all the way out, seeing if you can extend that left knee long, really opening up the base of the pelvis, expanding, expanding, expanding. Reach, reach, reach. And exhale, bending that right knee, guiding this leg back towards center. Letting the arms come down to your side and finding that nice yummy shake of the left leg this time. Really softening and letting everything go. Yeah, even the body shifts in the skin against the earth. We'll take 2 big breaths together. Deep inhale. Let it go. Deepest breath in. And let it go, letting that movement come to an end, dropping the heel towards the glute, and then placing that left foot gently onto the earth. Experiencing that for a moment. So much has already shifted in our own practice. And from here, eventually, you can sort of adjust your spine as you need, but you'll pull the knees back into the chest. Just give yourself a little hug here. The hips might feel a little bit softer, which is nice. Rocking side to side, giving yourself a little bit of a massage. And then holding on to the backs of the knees, we're going to find a little bit of a rock and roll situation here. We begin to open up the spine. Let's take this 3 or 4 times. And if you can get all the way up to the neck, up to the, then up to the tailbone. We'll take 1 or 2 more, and we're going to meet on our tail. Yeah, we're going to get right to it today. So from here, you are always welcome to put your toes down, but take the palms and place them on the outsides of the knees and begin to find a little bit of resistance here. Yeah, if you have your feet off of the ground, seeing if you can find this nice parallel to the ground and then parallel to each other. And as you have this nice resistance, you can use this resistance to begin to reach the heart forward. We'll just take a few breaths here. Nice wake up for the low belly. I just did a crazy workout yesterday and I'm so sore. So I'm going to do my best for you guys. I don't always recommend doing a big crazy workout, but here we are. Yeah. Take a deep breath in. Lift the heart a little bit higher. See if you can even rock forward on the pelvis a little bit more. Let it go. One more deep breath in. And then crossing the feet in front of you, rolling over the knees, finding your way to just a simple tabletop. Just going to get some cat-cows in to really open up the body. You can tuck your toes behind you. And we're actually going to do both cat-cow with toes tucked just to give ourselves a little bit more of an opening. You can inhale to drop the belly down, letting the heart reach forward. Chin reaches away from the chest. And as you exhale, curling the spine, really rooting down. Could even maybe lift the knees off of the ground if that feels good. Yeah. Inhaling to drop the belly, like pressing into the feet, into the knees, into the palms. Exhale to draw the belly up, chin to the chest, tailbone down, maybe knees lift up. Let's do this 3 more times together. Inhale, belly drops, open the heart, open the base of the pelvis. Exhale, belly pulls into the spine, pressing into the palms, maybe knees come off the ground. Inhale, belly drops, open the heart. Seeing if you can allow the elbows to reach forward. Exhale, belly to spine, chin in, tailbone down, knees pop off. Inhale, one more here. Exhale, curling. Maybe the knees come off for a second. And then for just about 30 seconds, we're going to have this nice moment of being a little animal and just hovering the knees over. You'll come to a nice long spine and see if you can imagine if you are in tabletop, that same shape with the spine. Your knees are just lifted. Yeah, building a little bit more heat. The fronts of the thighs might begin to burn and shake. Mine are. That's great. Seeing if you can reach away with the crown of the head and the tailbone. We'll take one breath in together. Let it go. Setting the knees back down, walking the palms back towards the knees, just taking a seat. Now, very familiar and nice. Well, let's put opener here. Just see if you can maybe find a little bit of a rock as you settle in. I almost like to imagine that I could fit my pelvis between my heels without going into like a full hero. You want to keep the feet nice and aligned. And then just placing the palms down onto the thighs. We'll just take 3 big breaths here together. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Deepest breath in. Let it be dramatic. Let your body open. Really fill your body as much as you can. Exhale, letting everything soften. Maybe within the chin and the chest soften. One more deep breath here, ladies. Letting it go. Bringing the palms back down to the earth, untucking the toes, and just sitting back in your virasana. Just shifting the hips side to side. Nice sort of moment to let the blood come back here. Some crunchies on the tops of my feet. We'll address that later. Yeah, you can come back into your tabletop, and we're just going to do a brief needle thread to open up the shoulders. So pressing the left palm down, inhale to reach the right arm high. And then as you exhale, tucking the right arm underneath the body and laying that arm out to the side. Today, let's go ahead and tent the left fingertips to the front diagonal. You can keep the elbow bent, and then using the pressure of the left palm, begin pressing into that palm so that you can begin to open up the back of the spine even more as you twist. Go ahead and see if you can reach that right hip a little bit farther back to the heel, squaring the hips. And just take 3 more breaths here. Deep inhale. Exhaling, letting it go. Deep breath in. Exhale, pressing, allowing for that shoulder to open. One more breath here. And go ahead and exhale, placing that left palm back underneath the shoulder. Inhale, right arm sweeps high. And as you exhale, reaching it all the way forward, carving through space, even through a nice cat moment. And then finding your neutral tabletop. Yummy. Yeah, press into the right palm this time. Inhale, left arm sweeps high. And then exhale to thread that left arm under the body. Once again, laying that left shoulder down, tenting the left right fingertips to press into the floor so that you can really reach through the back of the heart to open up that left shoulder, reaching that left hip back, finding a nice twist, taking 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath here. And letting it go. Right palm comes back under the shoulder, inhaling the left arm to sweep high. As you exhale, reach, reach, reach all the way forward, carving through space, moving through a little cat, and then finding neutral tabletop. I feel a lot different already, personally. My spine was really sore, so hopefully this is helping you guys too. Tucking the toes behind you, shifting the hips nice and simple, up and back, finding your downward dog. Just finding a few walks side to side. Making sure you're breathing. Yeah, it feels nice to breathe. Letting the breath be nice and big and juicy. Creating space in the body. Finding stillness as you're ready. Let's check in with our down dogs today. Pressing into the palms. Go ahead and give a little bit of a bend to the elbows. And then draw the elbows together and allow the eye of the elbow to press forward. Yeah, just a nice little scooping motion. We'll do this about 3 or 4 times, just kind of exploring, seeing if you can allow the shoulder blades to be attached to the rib cage so they're far from the ears. Then bending the elbows out to the side, carving them toward one another, then pressing them full. Yeah, there's really quite a small scoop, but it can be quite effective. Yeah, I'm shaking. I don't know about you. Bending, scooping them together, really allowing the sort of that same chaturanga arm even to activate. Yeah, we'll do that one more time. Bending to the outside, scooping together, and then pressing them palms into the earth, letting the eye of the elbow reach forward. Press, 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 reaching the hips nice and high. Lifting the heels nice and high for a moment, seeing if you can really get your belly to press into the upper thighs. Oh, feels so good. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. One more breath here. And let it go. I'm stealing this from Pooja. She just taught class Saturday. So go ahead and take a step into about 1 step in front of your right foot with the left. And then just reaching the right leg high. Super, like, just whatever feels good to lift that right leg high. And then bending this right leg, go ahead and step in front of the left foot. We're going to make our way up towards our forward fold. It's okay if the bottom leg is bent, but seeing if you can really open up and allow for that sort of yumminess of that lifted leg to open up the back of the hamstring, stepping in front 1 foot at a time and lifting the other foot and hip. This is intuitive, sort of funky walk up to the top of the mat. Eventually, we'll meet in the forward fold. Just letting the feet be about hip width apart. Go ahead and lift up the toes nice and big and spread them out nice and wide and press them into the earth. Yeah, feels like you're leaving a nice imprint into your mat. Go ahead and shake the head, yes and no, maybe. Soft bend in the knees. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, letting it go. Soft, low spine. Deep breath in. And letting it go. Drawing the chin towards the tailbone, beginning to press through the feet, rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time, finding our way nice and slow all the way up to standing. Shoulders come up to the ears, then letting the blades of the shoulders fall down the back of the body, finding our Tadasana. Closing the eyes, taking a moment, enjoying this vertical spine, lifting the toes off of the earth. Once again, spread the toes, pressing them into the earth, allowing that to activate the kneecaps, activating the tailbone, reaching down, belly pulling up into the heart space, shoulders reaching away from the ears, ears reaching up, 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 up. Yeah. Taking a moment, allowing the mind to drop back into the body and check in with yourself. What am I experiencing in this moment? What can I imagine for myself? Whether that's the next shape, the next moment. Just allow yourself to imagine a little bit. This beautiful body carries us through space and it has so much strength, so much potential. Go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Pressing through the earth, feeling the lips. Inhale. Letting it go. We'll make our way through one round of sun cells. We'll inhale, arms sweep high, lifting the gaze with the fingertips. Exhale, folding forward, creasing at the hips, palms find the earth. Inhale for your halfway lift, nice long spine. And exhale to plant the palms, right leg steps back, knee and toes come down to the mat. Press into the earth as you inhale, arms sweep out and up, finding your low lunge. And exhale, planting the palms back down, stepping back, downward facing dog. Drawing the chin towards the tailbone as you curl the spine forward. Inhale. Exhale, pausing here. We'll do our little elbow scoops once again. Taking a moment, elbows bend out towards the side, scoop together. Press the eye of the elbow forward 2 more times, bending out. Scooping towards the rib cage, pressing the elbows forward. 1 more time, elbows out, scoop together, pressing forward, checking in that heels are right over the balls of the feet, belly pulling into the spine, taking 1 deep breath in. And exhale, lowering down, knees, chest, chin, or if you're ready, chaturanga. Inhale, heart reaches forward, pressing into the earth. And exhaling, hips back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, letting it go. Inhale, right leg sweeps high, open up the hips. Squaring the hips as you exhale, stepping between the palms. Left knee and toes come down to the mat. Pressing down to inhale, the arms sweeping high. And exhale, palms plant, stepping forward, forward fold. Inhale, arms sweep high, press into the earth. Oops. Exhale, palms to the heart. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Mind falls into the body. Inhale, arms sweep high. Gaze follows the fingertips. Exhale, folding forward, creasing at the hips. Inhale for your halfway lift. And exhale, planting the palms, left leg back, knee and toes come on down. Press down to reach high as you inhale. And exhale, planting the palms, stepping back, downward facing dog. Chin and tail reach together, rolling the spine forward on your inhale. Pausing here as you exhale, finding our 3 elbow scoops. I'm going to call them that from now on. Yeah. So bending the elbows out to the side, drawing them towards one another, and then pressing the elbows forward. This is great training for chaturanga, yeah? Elbows out, pull them together, press the eyes forward. We'll do it 1 more time together. Drop it down, pull them together, press forward. Nice job. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, lowering the body all the way down. Inhale for cobra or upward dog. And then exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Inhale, left leg sweeps high, opening up the hips. As you exhale, squaring the pelvis, stepping between the palms, right knee and toes come down to the mat. Inhale, arms sweep high, lifting the eyes with the fingers. And exhale, palms find the mat, stepping forward, staying in your forward fold this time. Yeah, shifting the weight maybe from side to side. Checking in. How am I experiencing this moment over and over again? We can always ask ourselves that question and go a little bit deeper. In this nice space where our heart rate maybe is a little bit higher, heat in the body has begun to develop. And as it is sort of the dead of summer, we don't need to build too much more heat. So, I mean, we will, don't worry. Yeah, maybe shifting the weight front and back for a moment and sort of getting acquainted with the heels and the balls of the feet. And eventually letting the weight settle on the heels, lifting up the toes, but keeping the ball of the foot planted, beginning to drop the hips down, kind of actually similar to our Navasana or boat pose earlier. And seeing if we can allow the hips to really reach back and then beginning to lift the torso high. We'll find our chair pose just for a few breaths. You can imagine that we even had our elbow scoop here. So bending the elbows out to the side, pulling them together and then reaching them long. It applies for almost any shape. Yeah, nice long spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, belly button to spine, sit a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale, sitting a little deeper. One more breath here. And exhale, folding yourself forward. Feels good, so strong. Inhale for your halfway lift. And as you exhale, planting the palms, stepping or hopping back, finding your way to a down dog or plank or chaturanga, moving through a flow as you'd like. Flow is always optional. Yeah, listening to your body. Especially in the summer, we love to build heat and we love to build too much heat. So just listening, checking in with yourself as you find yourself hot and sweaty. It's good, but just check in. Yeah. You find your down dog. We'll take a deep breath in together. Let it out through the mouth. Inhale, pressing into the palms. Let it out through the mouth. Feeling the lips this time. Inhale. Let it out through the nose. Take a deep breath in as you lift that right leg high. Heel stays square. Exhale, drawing the knee toward the nose. Tail and chin draw together. Inhale, right heel lift. Exhale, crossing the right knee to the left elbow, pulling together. Inhale, right heel lift. And this time, exhaling, knee to the right elbow, pausing for a moment here. See if you can really press into the palms to create a little bit more space underneath the chest. And then just gently stepping outside of that right palm. You can find a moment here, just shifting the weight front and back, maybe side to side. You have a nice open lizard. Even if you drop the hips a little bit lower, you might notice the stretch in the front of that left hip. And then eventually planting the left heel down, begin to find our way into an extended side angle from below. So pressing into that right palm, maybe coming up onto the right fingertips. Begin to pull this right hip underneath the body so that the pelvis begins to turn open. And eventually that left arm will reach high, finding a nice open chest. We'll take 3 breaths here, seeing if you can even press that right knee into the right shoulder to allow for this to open even more. Press, press, press. Inhale. Exhale, opening, really pressing that right hip underneath the body. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath here. As you exhale, pressing so much into the feet that you can gracefully lift the torso, finding your way up to your warrior two. The hips will slide forward just a little bit to allow the pelvis to square. This right leg is burning. Give it a moment. Go right back into it. Yeah, no shame. Take a deep breath in, your warrior two. Exhale, shoulders fall down, back of the pelvis roots down as the belly reaches up for the heart. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, sitting a little deeper. One more breath. Exhaling, letting it go. As you inhale, arms reach above, right knee extends long. Then just heel toeing one or the other foot a little bit closer in. Both heels will come in. Exhaling to drop down into a goddess pose. Yeah, we'll find a few of these flows. As you inhale, reaching high, arms extend high, knees extend. As you exhale, see if you can press into the back body, pressing into the outer thighs to open up the front of the space. Inhale to reach high, lifting high, maybe even heels could lift off the ground. Exhale, dropping the pelvis down, belly pulls into the spine. We'll do this one more time. Inhale. This time as you exhale, staying here for a moment, just exploring the shape, seeing if you're pouring the weight into the front of the arches. See if you can open up the middle of the arch. Whew, you might fall back a little bit. That's okay. It's all a game, right? Yeah. Taking just 2 more breaths here. You could even rock side to side if you're feeling a little fatigued. You can really drop the hips down. 1 more breath. And exhale, palms find the knees. You can let the shoulders release. Feels quite nice. Can really let the palms sort of have a little bit of leverage on the knees, and then just pouring one shoulder and then the other. Nice release of that shoulder blade, the relief for the legs. They don't really have to work in this shape. Yeah, I'm taking a couple of breaths here, finding that yummy intuition that you hold so deeply inside of you. What feels good? And then from here, seeing if you can engage the base of the pelvis. Yeah, pulling the muscles of the pelvis together first to gently allow the palms to lift. Palms can come towards the center. And then we're just going to go ahead and scoop ourselves all the way forward, finding a high lunge, fingertips reach high, letting that left heel lift nice and high. And then dropping the hips a little bit lower, see if we can really open up that front left hip. Take a deep breath in, pelvis squares, that right hip pulls back. Exhale, right knee bends a little deeper. Just one more breath here. And exhale, letting it go. Palms will meet behind the spine, lacing the fingertips together. You can inhale to pull the palms down, heart opens towards the sky. And as you exhale, begin folding forward, sort of a pseudo humble warrior. Back heel stays lifted. Yeah. So when we do it with the back heel lifted, it kind of keeps us accountable for this right hip pulling towards the center. Just two more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, shoulders reach away from the ears, bowing down, finding your midline, deep inhale. Exhale, letting it go, bringing the palms back towards the low spine. And then you can bring the palms back to the earth, heel toeing that right foot out to the outer edge of the mat. The palms will find their way inside of that right foot. And just for a moment, go ahead and stretch that right leg nice and long, this sort of open, wide, head to knee pose. Yeah, this is not how we normally would do this. It's a nice relief for that right thigh and a nice sort of open expansion of that right hamstring. Yeah, you could lift that left heel a little bit more, press it back. Just have a little exploration moment here. And then we're gonna get right back into it. Yeah, when your right leg feels like it can do more work, there's just a little bit more. You can bend that right knee once again, and then begin to draw this right shoulder underneath this right knee. Yeah, you can bring the right palm outside of that right foot. And if this is good for you, stay here. If you want to go for a little bit of an extra challenge, you can begin to bring the back of the right palm onto the outside of the right glute. And then tenting that right fingertips, seeing if you can begin to lift this the left fingertips. Left arm can reach out and back, finding a nice bind here. Yeah, you can have the option to roll that shoulder open, or you can just kind of hang out here, see how this feels. Taking a couple of breaths. That right glute is super fired up, which is so nice, so strong. Thank you, body. Thank you, glutes. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. And from here, keeping this bind if you have it. You have that right palm on the ground, keeping it there. You can bring the left palm to the left hip. And we're just gonna gently step this foot, the left foot, towards the front of the mat. Super awkward, fun transition. We love it. Yeah. So if you have your bind, you'll notice that the right heel is gonna pop off the ground because you're trying to keep this right shoulder underneath the right knee. Yeah, if you have the bind, maybe you stay here. Maybe you begin to gently see if you could lift this right toe off the ground, finding your weight on that left foot. If you have your right hand down, just go ahead and place your right palm on that right foot and see if you can begin to lift this right foot off the ground. No matter where you are, we'll see if we can come to standing. Whew. Yeah, this is a hard shape. So if you have your bind, fabulous. Yeah, it takes many, many years to get this to actually look like it does in Yoga Journal, and that's okay. It's not about what it looks like, it's about the experience. It's a challenging experience, and we can be patient with ourselves. Yeah, unattached to the outcome. Pressing into that left foot. We'll just take two more breaths here. Bird of paradise. Exhale, press, 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 opening up that right hip, letting the right hip drop down. Yeah, taking one more breath. And as you exhale, we're gonna stay balanced if possible. letting that bind go, letting that right shoulder free. Ooh, feels so good. We're gonna pull that right ankle up into our tree pose. Yeah, you can bring it into the calf or even a little kickstand if that feels better for you. If you're up in your full tree pose, that's also beautiful. You can bring the palms to the heart for a moment. It's amazing. I remember tree used to be one of my least favorite postures because I felt like it was really hard. But somehow more recently, it's felt like quite a relief to return to this posture. Yeah, seeing if you can really press that left inner thigh into that right foot. You can even feel the muscles of the leg engage underneath that right foot. So powerful. Dropping that both hips down, allowing the right hip to roll under the body. You can reach the palms behind the spine, letting them lace together once again. Finding somewhere to keep your eyes nice and stable. Just beginning to pull the palms down, slight chest opener, heart opener. Nice variation here. Open-hearted tree. Quite beautiful to think about. We'll just take 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. And slowly letting it go. You can leave the palms latched together. Challenge yourself here. And just drawing that right knee forward nice and slow. Releasing as gently as possible, stepping together. And go ahead and bend the knees slightly. Inhale to lift the chest even higher. Palms reach down, chin lift up. And exhale to fold yourself forward. Palms reach away from the spine. Take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, palms come back down to the spine, dropping down into the earth. Take an inhale for a halfway lift. And as you exhale, palms find the mat, jumping, hopping, floating, stepping to the back of the mat, making your way through a nice flow. If you'd like, hanging out in down dog, taking 3 to 5 breaths before we go into the left side. Beautiful. How's everybody feeling? Thumbs up? Okay. Yeah, a little wild. I'm really hyped up today. I don't know what's going on. It's fun. Yeah, finding your way back to your down dog. We'll find our left side. Gorgeous. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it out through your mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Feeling the lips. Inhale. Out through the nose. Inhale, left leg sweep high. Exhale, knee to nose, chin and tail draw together. Inhale, leg sweep high. Exhale, knee crosses the body, curl, curl, curl. Inhale, heel reaches high. And exhale, knee to the left elbow, pausing here, really pressing into the earth to make so much space so you can gently step outside of that left palm. Take a few moments here of opening up the front of that right hip, opening up the outside of that left hip. Nice yummy lizard. Feels already quite different, yeah. It's kind of nice, even if we just did the right side, our left side has already become more informed. You can drop that right heel down and begin to set up for your extended side angle. So seeing if you can really pull that left hip under the body. Yeah, it's like somebody has a piece of tape underneath your leg and it's pulling it through to allow the pelvis to open. You can plant that left palm down, tent the fingertips. You could even come up to that left elbow if that feels good. And then letting that right arm reach high, really opening up the body, press into the feet, just 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, shoulder and knee press together, really pressing that left hip under the body. Deep breath in. Deep breath out, hips sink a little deeper. 1 more breath here. And exhale to let it go. Press into the legs so much that you just float on up. Notice the hips will have to slide forward. Take a moment if you need. Maybe I'm just sore. I need these moments to straighten my legs. Yeah, it's okay. It's just a process. Finding yourself in a nice comfy warrior 2. So again, that left hip is still pressing underneath the body so that left knee can really reach out. Fingertips reach away, shoulders nice and soft. Let's just take 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, belly button to spine, back of the pelvis rooting down. Inhale. Letting it go. This time as you inhale, left leg extends, arms come high, heel towing one foot to the other, a little bit closer in. Heels come in this time. And then exhale to find our goddess. Yeah, just taking a moment to really experience this shape. Just gonna really press out, and then we'll go through our little flow here. Inhale to press and reach, 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 reach. Maybe heels lift. Exhale, softening down, letting the pelvis really whoop, like you're on an elevator, yeah? Inhale, reaching high, press, press, press. Exhale, hips fall, pressing into the outer edges of the legs. One more, inhale. And exhale, coming down, pausing for a moment, really letting the mind sort of travel through the body. Can you imagine that the tailbone is reaching down for the earth, like you had a string with a weight pulling the tailbone down, and the belly pulling up into the heart, pressing into the outer edges of the legs. Press, press, press. One more deep breath in here. And as you exhale, palms find the knees. And we'll just find about 2 to 3 breaths here. Just rocking side to side. So nice how instantly our muscles can be relieved. Yes, kind of amazing. We get so caught up in how it's like, they hurt. They're screaming at me. Yeah, and really they're so strong. They're just getting stronger when they have these different experiences of fatigue and tremors. Lots of gratitude for the body today. Press into the feet and engage the pelvic floor. Yeah, it's like you're squeezing, gathering under so that you can just lift the palms up, bring the palms back into the heart. Then we're just gonna sweep our way forward, finding our high lunge. So spinning onto the back toes, letting that right hip close and fingertips lift high, nice high right heel, and then letting the hips sink. Just 2 breaths here, deep inhale. Exhale, shoulders soft, left knee bends a little deeper as the left hip pulls back, nice open right hip, deep inhale. And as you exhale, palms meet behind the spine. Yeah, inhaling to reach the palms down, opening up the heart. And as you exhale, folding forward, finding that brief moment in our sort of pseudo humble warrior. So making sure that left hip is pulling into the midline. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, maybe the hips sink a little deeper. One more breath here. And exhale, letting it go, palms come back down to the spine and find their way to the mat. You can heel toe that left foot out to the edge of the mat, palms on the inside here. And then just taking our nice sort of wide open head to knee pose. Yeah, it doesn't have to look like anything in particular. This is mostly a break for that left thigh, but it can also be a nice stretch for that left hamstring. You could even drop that right heel down. It's a really nice stretch for the back of that right calf. Just catching up with yourself for a moment. Say, thank you, body. You're so strong. Take a deep breath in. And as you're ready, bending that left knee again, coming back. We've got this. So close. This is gonna maybe feel different from the other side, and that is beautiful. Yeah, so start scooching your left shoulder under that left knee. Maybe the palm comes to the outside of that left foot. Maybe the back of the palm comes up to the outside of that left hip. Either way, you can begin to tent the right fingertips and see if you can reach back around and find that nice clasp of the palms. Maybe the right palm comes to the right hip. Does not matter where you're at, just experience what's going on for you. Taking 2 breaths here. If you fall over, it's okay. I fall all the time. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, letting it go from wherever you're at. Just letting the eyes come forward and begin to gently, awkwardly, so fun, step that right foot all the way forward so that you're in this sort of funky forward fold. That left heel is going to pop off the ground. If your left palm is on the earth, you can begin to bring the left palm onto the top of the left foot. If you're in your bind, challenging yourself to stay there, pressing so much into that right foot, that maybe the left toes begin to lift. Really have to engage this right glute here. Yeah, and maybe if today is the day you stand, cool. If not, also cool. If you fall, beautiful. If you don't, also beautiful. Yeah. So letting that left hip drop down wherever you're at. Press into that right foot. Just 3 breaths wherever you are. Deep inhale. Exhaling. Deepest breath. Exhaling. 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, letting the clasp of the palms go wherever you're at, gently, gently unwind, grabbing onto that left ankle and setting yourself up for tree. Yeah, either in the inner thigh with that left foot, maybe down onto the calf or a little kickstand situation. Listen to what your body's asking for today. Palms can meet at the heart for a moment. And seeing if you can really experience, like if you press that inner thigh into that foot, you can feel the muscles of that inner thigh engage against the sole of the foot. It's kind of cool. Yeah, letting the hips drop down, and then drawing the palms behind you, clasping the fingers, opening up the heart, just finding somewhere to rest the eyeballs can be helpful for balance. Just taking 3 more breaths here. Deep breath in. Let it go. 1 more breath. And let it go, keeping the palms where they are if you can. If you fall again, it is so great. I love falling. It's good for us. Drawing that left knee towards the front, slowly releasing that left foot. Nice and gentle, stepping your feet together, keeping the palms clasped, bending the knees softly. Inhale to lift the heart a little higher. And then exhale to fold yourself forward. Releasing. Good work. As you find yourself falling forward, you can begin to bring the palms back to the low spine. Just allowing the palms to trace the backs of the legs all the way down to the earth. Go ahead and heel toe the feet just right outside of the hips. We'll go into Padangusthasana. You're lifting up the feet, nice bend in the knees. It's almost like you want the knees to get into the armpits. I'm just sliding the palms right underneath the feet here so that the toes could almost give your wrist a massage. Sometimes I kind of like to do that. You don't have to if that feels too crazy. But sometimes I like to shift my weight front into the into the balls of the feet and back to sort of give a little bit of a massage to the inside of the wrist. Wherever you're at, finding a little bit of stillness as you're ready. If you're feeling up for it, you can begin to pull down into the feet, pressing the palms into the feet, feet into the palms, elbows pull out to the side. Nice compression in the belly here. Take a deep breath in. Letting it go. Deep breath in. Letting it go. Gently lifting up the feet to slide out, one palm and then the other. You can shift the hips side to side in a nice little figure 8 moment. And then heel toe the feet out just a little bit wider. You can let the toes be a little wider than the heels, and then sinking the hips down, finding our Malasana. Keeping the palms down for a moment, and just shifting the weight side to side. And allowing the hips to just like, think of like you're sort of getting cozy in your own body for a moment, yeah? Then as you're ready, wherever you're at, if the heels are up, that's perfect. If you want to keep the palms down, that's okay too. If you want to go into your full Malasana, just bringing the elbows into the inner thighs, really pressing the elbows and the knees against one another, similar to our goddess pose, really pressing into the outside of the legs. Yeah, so you can notice if you're spilling into the inner arches of the feet, and seeing if you can press into the pinky toe edge, so you'll engage the outer hips as well. Just about 3 more breaths here. I'll be quiet for a moment for us. And as you're ready, just allowing this to dissolve, can shift the weight back into the palms, bringing the hips down onto the earth, and just taking a moment. We'll just go right into a double pigeon, just to get a little bit more hip opening. We did a lot of work with the legs today, yeah. You can cross that right ankle over the left knee. Right knee will fall over the left ankle. Just removing any flesh out of the way, giving yourself a nice rock here for a moment. And notice as you press into the earth, the pelvis sort of spills forward, that right knee will drop a little bit and the heart will lift. And if you'd like to stay here, this is quite a nice place to stay. And we'll just spend about 5 breaths wherever we end up. You can begin to walk yourself forward as well if you want to go a little deeper. No pressure. Just letting yourself experience this nice and brief, but let it be nice and deep for you. About 3 more breaths. Walking yourself back up. You can extend that right leg forward, left leg forward. My favorite, shaky, shake, shake. So good for us, yeah. Letting everything jostle around. Especially after a challenging balancing practice, this is just like, lets everything kind of realign, let go of the effort, and let that go, let that yumminess sort of flow through the blood. And we'll go into the other side. So crossing the left leg over this time, left ankle over right knee, left knee falls over the right ankle, just shifting any flesh out of the way if you need. Just giving yourself a nice rock to sort of, again, settle in. It's like you're getting cozy in your own body. Pressing into the fingertips, just allowing that pelvis to spill forward. That left knee will drop as you press down. Hips nice and open. And staying here if you like. We're beginning to tilt the spine forward. Just about 5 breaths. Deep, deep breaths, allowing for the fibers of the muscles to really soften. What am I experiencing? And 2 more breaths here. Biggest breaths of the day. And walking yourself back up. And releasing the legs, just giving them that nice shake once again. We will go over a few minutes. I tried to go faster, but here we are. I'd love to have you keep with me. We won't go more than like 5, I would say 7 minutes over tops. That's going to be my goal, but it's a nice time to be together. Yeah, shifting the hips forward, drawing the knees into the chest, and just rolling yourself down. Oh, nice and slow. And letting the knees fall together. You can heel to the feet out, palms face on the belly. Just giving yourself a moment of constructive rest here. And bringing the feet back together. You can cross the right knee over the left, so like you're cross-legged in a chair. Just press into the left foot to scooch the hips over to the right, and just letting the knees fall over, a nice eagle twist. You can press into the earth to get that left shoulder out from underneath you. And I like to reach out my right hand away from the twist and place my left hand on my belly. I'll just take about 3 to 5 breaths here. Noticing if you are pressing into the earth and kind of holding yourself away from the ground, and see if you can let this soften, letting the effort go. Just 2 more breaths. 1 more deep, deep, deep breath. Letting it go. And gently You can let the pelvis sort of guide you back to your back here. And just switching sides, so crossing the left leg over this time. Pressing the right foot into the ground to shift the hips over to the left, and then letting the knees fall over to the left. Might get a little crack. Can press into the earth to get that right shoulder out from under the body. And then maybe reaching that left arm away, right palm can rest on the belly. Letting the body be here now. 3 more breaths. And letting the pelvis guide you back to center, pulling into the earth. And finding your block, wherever it may be, or your prop. We're just going to find like 1 minute in our supported bridge. So pressing into the feet to lift the hips up and placing the block on any setting underneath the sacrum. Yeah, this is a really beautiful way to end any practice, but especially when we've done a lot of work in the low legs. To do any inversion can be really beneficial, but as we find ourselves in this supported bridge, it's quite beautiful because not only is the front of the hip opening to begin to drain lymph down back into the digestive system, but it also just feels so good on the low spine. Yeah. If you want to lift one leg and then the other, you can go for the full sort of supported. I actually don't know what this would be called. It's sort of like a cross between a supported bridge and a shoulder stand. Yeah, just taking about 5 to 6 more breaths. You even imagine the fluids of the body slowly pouring from the low body back towards the heart, flushing the system clean. 3 more breaths. And from here, as you're ready, just gently pressing the feet into the earth, allowing the hips to slowly lift off, moving that block out of the way, and then rolling the spine down 1 vertebrae at a time, back into the earth, like you're placing yourself inside of the earth itself. And draw the knees back into the chest. Give yourself another squeeze, maybe rocking side to side. This is a time for a happy baby, if you'd like that. And then eventually finding your way into your final Shavasana. Taking your time. Giving yourself what you need in this moment. And then really letting yourself go. We are back to the same physical shape that we began our practice in. Is this a place that you had imagined yourself returning to? How does the body feel? And what has changed? Yeah, with such a short amount of time, the body, this is so beautiful. And say thank you, body, for giving me the opportunity to move. And as we find our space of rest, we can simply let go and honor the beautiful work that each one of us have committed ourselves to today, in each and every moment. Letting the breath pass through you, washing, being held, being soft. And of course, staying here for as long as you seek, as long as feels good. And perhaps begin to deepen your breath, really allowing the bones of the body to expand and be soft, drawing movement into the fingers and the toes, ankles, and wrists as you're ready. Reaching the arms above your head. Oh, for that yummy, yummy stretch. Finding your way to one side. Pausing here for just a moment. And then gently pressing yourself up to sitting, final seat. Eyes can stay soft or closed. Palms find their way to the heart space. Honoring this beautiful body, this beautiful breath, and the beautiful wild mind that can perhaps begin to witness as we take this deeper seat, seeing the path unfold in front of us. We move forward. Take a deep breath in with your nose. Let it go. Bowing the chin to the chest. Honoring all that has come before us, all that is yet to come, and all that is with us in each and every moment. Namaste.